Always so cringy, like right before I record, but like whatever. So today I was thinking about making a video about how to find music on Spotify and LastFM. I'm not even sure if I'm going to commit to this idea, but we're gonna see. Also, I want to do a little bit of announcements. Like Wednesdays are my upload day for YouTube, so that's when I post content. I might post content earlier than that, but it'll be like once a week for the rest of 2025 is when I'm going to upload content. It'll be by Wednesday at least, if not on Wednesday, which is today. Um, so today we're gonna go over how to find music that you like or might be into. So I personally use Last.fm. So a good way that I find music through Last.fm is definitely this recommendation page. I definitely scroll through here sometimes and I find things that I like a lot, especially like looking at, oh, this person's similar to Chase Icon, Trisha Paytas, and Aisha Erotica. Okay, that's really cool. Actually, that is kind of interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie, because I've been really listening to a lot of Trisha Paytas a lot lately. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and save this page and like check out some of her music. See what this is another great thing about Last.fm is that you can see what the girlies are into. So like Ditzy over the past couple days are that's what the girls are into. That's what the girls are into. You can also see like people commented on her page. You can see if if she has stands, mama. If she has stands, you can kind of see. And they'll also sometimes tell you like, okay, recently I had the privilege of finding this artist on Spotify, and I love her music, and it's enough. Okay, blah 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 blah. Literally, what we're doing today. This is a sign. This is a sign. So what I'll normally do is go on here. Let's say for Sabrina, I'm guessing that's how you say her name. I'll look at her most recent song. It's Ditzy in Drive You Wild, and I'll see if that matches on like Spotify, and I'll like listen to like the top song and just figure out what's going on with them. So on Spotify, her top biggest song is "I Love It." It's not Ditzy, so that's interesting. Very interesting. It's probably because it's the last 7 days. Let's go to like let's do last 90. So I Want You Dead is still there. So I would probably check out both. I mean, she seems like she has a pretty big following from what I can tell. I like to find when artists are like 20,000 and under with their monthly listeners. That's like a really key sign to me. Like the less plays, the better. That's way more interesting to me. So what I do is go add this to a playlist, and then I'll go to. I have a playlist called Curiously, and this could be named anything. It's really just like for, hey, like I need to go listen to this track. Listen later. It's my listen later playlist. Speaking of which, I don't know why it had 178 songs in it. That makes no sense. Um, Let me open this up real quick. 2 days ago. Okay, 31 songs. Okay, that makes more sense than what it said before that. Like that. What's going on, huh? What? 178. I sometimes it does get that big, but normally it doesn't. So we're checking out that from her. We're gonna check out a few more artists as well. Oh, and what I'll also do is so for her, what's in this playlist right now is a Discover Weekly. And I haven't listened to it yet this week, so I always listen to that. You know, that's a great segue. So I always listen to Discover Weekly, even if I don't like it. You know, if I don't feel like it, I'll always add it to this playlist just because, so I can maintain an idea of what's going on. And just like with Spotify, and I'm like, oh my, part of me hates it because it feels like, oh, I'm doing work and I'm like having to curate this other thing. It's another For You page, but I really do care about music and I really do value music. So I really want to spend time. If Spotify is going to take the time to curate something and feed it to me, I know some of this stuff is payola, but it doesn't matter to me. I have found good music through it, and it's a very consistent way of finding niche stuff. So I'll always listen to this. Also, another tip that I do is I'll add. I don't have a liked. Well, I do have a liked. So we're getting into the weeds here. I do have a liked songs playlist, but it's for if I find something really weird. I'm like, oh, I like the song, but it's really, really, really weird. I don't know why I like it, but I do. I'll add it to my like songs, so I'll get more of that kind of content because I want to hear new, fresh stuff. I don't want to hear top 40, and I think that's kind of people's problem with Spotify is that they'll just add whatever to it, and I'm like, honey, no, 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 no. You need to be curating. It's a job. And that's kind of the problem because people don't want to feel like they're working, which is, I guess, why they added this whole DJ feature. Let me mute my computer so I don't get copyright. Um, I also try to listen to my daily mix one occasionally, not all the time. It can definitely feel like a job because I don't have time to be listening to 2 hours of music every single day. From one specific playlist, absolutely not. If you don't know, I do have a playlist on Spotify. It's called Simple Picks. You can scan this QR code and it'll take you to my Spotify page, and you'll be able to find it through there. Um, So what this playlist is basically it's what how normal people would use their likes. I just add, oh, this is music I like this week, or I like it this month, or whatever, and then I'm constantly cycling this playlist out with new material in it. So I have like tons of archives of stuff in here. What else am I doing? So when I get to the bottom of this playlist, I love making a playlist of like, oh, this is weird music, and then seeing what Spotify recommends once the playlist is over. Okay, what is it doing now? What's the vibe now? Trying to figure that out. That's a huge thing for me. I've noticed ever since I've done this, my the autoplay after playlist has been way better. The music recommendations have been way better. Um, what else do you call it? Discover Weekly has been way better. Release radar. That's we're getting into the reason. I feel like this tutorial on how to use Spotify, but like really like you Spotify is such a powerful thing, but people don't use it correctly. So you really have to be creative of who you're following. I am following Kilo Kish, and I don't remember if I actually like. I think we're gonna like this new EP that's coming out by her. But you really want to be creative of how you're following people. So what I do is I go to I can show you some of the people I'm following, and I just am really I'm doxing people I know in real life. LOL. Anyways, uh, recently played artists, top artists. Where do you find this shit? Oh, following. Okay, you want to go here, and then from here you just want to just be very creative of like, okay, I think this baby sister makes such good music. I think Aisha makes such good music. Uh, AUG, I think is how you say his name. Good music. Bailey, incredible music. And I just found myself listening to. I was like, wow, these people like don't have. Who's another person? What's her name? I'll just. I mean, literally all of these people I love. Erica De Casier, incredible music. I was finding myself like listening to the whole discography. Like I would like one song, Spotify would recommend another one. I would like it, and it just got really out of hand at one point. And I was like, oh wow, I really should just be following this person because they just make good music. Like, and if they start off as some random name on Spotify and it just gets randomly recommended to me, and I end up learning their name, that's a good sign that I need to actually follow them. So they actually end up on release radar. Um, and then I can like keep up with their music, and I don't have to feel like keep checking their page and stuff like that because that can be exhausting. So there's that. That's the basics of Spotify. When, who cares? I also think going down. Let me see, because here's another pro tip: the Spotify Mac client and the Spotify web client are not the same thing. These are not the same thing. I know you think they're the same thing. They're not. So if you go to, let's say, your daily mix one, and let me just move this out of the way. And you scroll down here, there will be recommended playlists down here. And it used to back in the day be like also user generated playlists. So let's say Simple Picks one could generate at the bottom of here. They've since removed that. Stop being lame, Spotify. Stop being stinky. Stop being stinky. So you can't do that anymore, unfortunately. But they do have these curated playlists on Spotify, so you can still use those. And I found some good stuff through here. I listened to James, I believe. Yeah, this one is really good if you like hyperpop. I found a really great Kim Kardashian song on this playlist. It's actually one of her only songs that she's ever made. So that jam is a great song. So listening to these track IDs is a really good idea as well. Just trying to get out of letting Spotify directly recommend you stuff. Like you don't want that. You want outside of Discover Weekly, like the random recommendations don't be hidden all the time. Like I find great music that I would never listen to otherwise. Let's get back to LastFM because I feel like we went down a Spotify rabbit hole. So this is a great, of course, the recommended page. Blah 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 blah. Let me see. I think going down to let's say I'm gonna go to my profile and then I'm going to go to neighbors. Why is it saying I'm streaming? So if I'm not streaming anything, um, uh, and you'll just go through here and you'll just like, oh, from what I understand, the people at the top have the most similar taste to you, and the people at the bottom have the least similar taste to you. So we'll go one from the top, one from the bottom, and it should give you like, so super is pretty high, and this is also super. So you can kind of look through stuff here, and you can kind of just dig through. Okay, what are the girls listening to? A lot of people are listening to Okay Lou, Shy Girl, Horse Girl, That Kid. I know all of these artists, so I'm not honestly super interested in this person's profile because it's so similar to mine. Also, literally that GOTY, their record was great. I just recently listened to that as well. This person's literally, that's a cool thing. Like on LastFM, you can literally see who's active and who isn't. You can kind of come on their page and be cute. Let me look at this person's page. I actually haven't listened to this Lady Gaga record. So what I would do is I would probably go here and then I would look at Mayhem and then I would figure out like, okay, what songs off Mayhem is this person listening to, and like how to what let me go listen to those songs and see if I actually like them. But really what I want to do is find somebody who I don't have like who I don't know every single artist on their page, like Bass Victim. I know that. Pretty Sick. I think I know who that is, but I'm not sure. So I would click on their page and then like, oh, Pretty Sick. I need to listen to Dumb because that's like a really popular song. Or if you want to go through their page, you can actually go to, I believe if you go to their library and then you can like go to tracks and then you can go to, well, you can't, oh, I just realized you can't search for other people's libraries, but this is a great way thing, like, too, like, Got Cherries by Okay Luke, great song. Honey by Robin, haven't heard it, probably is great. Flesh Without Blood by Grimes, great song. I know this person has good taste in music because I've heard these songs before and I like them, so I can kind of guess, like, okay, Honey, probably a good song I need to actually check out. Oh, actually, it is playing music. So let me put Honey on the playlist. That has the Mariah Carey song "Honey" is also great as well. But I'm gonna go with the Robin one. So I generally do stuff like that. I'm trying to think if there's some other. I mean, there's so many ways that you can go and use LastFM to find new music. Let's see here. You can check out people's events because if they're going to the event, they're really like interested in it, or they really like ride for that artist. Neighbors, you can check out their neighbors. I'm not really interested in that because it's like too removed from where I want to go. But yeah, I really think Last.fm is great. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So if you're really curious about an artist, let's say Horse Girl, and you're like, oh, what other people make music like that? I think Bass Victim is a probably great example of this. Is you can go here to the similar artists and like scroll down, especially if they're a really niche artist, and you can find more music that's similar to them. I think 703 is very. This is kind of how I found him, was through Last.fm because I was listening to somebody else. Actually, I found him through Spotify, but I was like, he just weirded me out to the point I was like, who is this person? Like, who are they? And I was like, what? I've never heard music like this before. And I just was scrolling down and I was like, okay, there's like a whole thing here. And this is how I found Elysia. And I actually knew about organ tapes prior to this, but, and you could just like go through this list and just be like, oh my God, there's actually so much cool stuff. So if you find someone that's like really rocking your socks off, you can totally go on Last.fm and just really get the real tea, because Spotify has a horrible problem with, it'll recommend like basic bitch shit. And like it's cute, but like we could do better. Like it can, like for him on here it says, what does it say? Salvia, cool. Well, Saliva, excuse me, Bod, DJ Lost Boy. So some of this stuff is the same, but some of the stuff isn't. Taurus is okay. Tony's great. So some of Samuel Organ, don't even get me started on Samuel Organ. That's love of my life. So some of the stuff is the same, but you can really get the tea. You can really get the tea if you go here, because you already know that the stuff is cool because it's curated by people who really care about music. Sometimes on Spotify, everyone doesn't really care about music who uses Spotify, right? Some people are just using Spotify just for like background listening, right? People who use Last.fm care about music to some degree, or they want to support an artist or something, because it's an extra step. that they have to do, right? So it's really, really good. Also, like, rate your music. I mean, there was actually another video I watched the other day that was really good. I want to go on YouTube right now, but I don't want to like dox my like personal account. And I'm screen recording, so I can't pause. I'm learning. I'm learning, and I don't want to edit. But there was a really great video about how to find new music. Actually, let me just fuck it. Fuck it. I'll edit it. I don't want to edit, but we'll edit today. Um, actually, just kidding. We won't. uh, so I'll put it in the description below, though. I know I watched it like literally like 2-3 days ago. And basically, it was just talking about like rate your music, or looking at Anthony Fantano, or there's a Professor Sky, I believe his name. He's like a French professor. There's so many ways that you can go about that. Getting music from your friends, getting music recommendations from your friends, going to your local record store. Um, Anything but just getting algorithmic playlist recommendations. That's not good for you. I don't. That's not totally it. Unless it's like Discover Weekly, and even then, that's like you could probably be doing a little bit better. Um, yeah, I think that's the video. Yeah, give me some feedback, give me some comments or something, so I know if you guys want this content. I kind of like yapping. It was kind of cute. It was kind of giving. Yeah, I'm really excited. I have a DJ set this Saturday. Ooh, not me getting booked again, slay. Um, yeah, and I have a photo shoot coming up soon, so a lot of cool stuff is happening. Yeah, bye.